We should realize when we know that this is an order of Allah, that's it. Full stop. No excuses. You practice it, doesn't matter what the condition is. Otherwise, Allah Ta'ala says, you'll be like an empty void. And nothing in the world will have mercy on you. None of the creation of the animals will have mercy on you. There's a dua that Allah, that don't give us strict rulers. Allah, don't give us evil rulers. Why? Because Allah Ta'ala says that through the human being I will make you wretched. I will make your ruler very strict, that he will treat you like a dog, and he will make you wretched. Then he'll give you money again, and then he'll make you wretched again, and your life will become difficult, and he'll make the people disobedient. This is the punishment that Allah Ta'ala sends through human beings. But when a person obeys Allah, listens to Allah, then Allah Ta'ala says, I become pleased. And when Allah Ta'ala is pleased, then everyone in the universe becomes soft-hearted towards that person. And everyone's heart becomes soft and tender because he has obeyed Allah. These are things that we need to think about, brothers, that if a person disobeys Allah, he cannot live in the world correctly, nor in the hereafter. He has nowhere to live. Just be quiet. Allah has given 5 orders, 5 faraid. Just be quiet and obey them, and just count the days. One is Iman. Allah has given Iman. That's the first pillar. After that, the biggest hukum is what? Order. Say it loudly. What is it? Salah. Namaz. Yeah? Now, there should be not one person who sat here and after hearing what I'm saying, that he doesn't pray salah. Impossible for the life. That he doesn't obey Allah's order. Yeah? For example, your boss says, okay, today you have to come 5 a.m. in the morning. Tomorrow, we need to do stock take. Will you go? 5 a.m. to work? Tell me who will say, no, I'm not coming. To the boss. And he won't say, oh, were you feeling sleepy early? If you say, yes boss, we'll be there tomorrow. If he says, today I want to keep you till 10 p.m. overtime, there's a lot of work, I'm sorry, you got to stay. And then the employee will say, okay, I'll phone home, I'll tell the family, and will you come until 10 p.m? Of course you will, you'll work. So for rizq, who gives the rizq? Boss or Allah? Allah gives the rizq. So who are we disobeying? Yet Allah says, I close all the doors of rizq, of earning. That we don't pay attention to this point. And this is a very deep point we need to understand, my friends. That even if we have no link with anyone in the world, but definitely create the link with Allah. And not just this, Allah, I believe in you, and that's my link with you. Oh Allah, I believe in you, and that's my link with you. This is not a link, connection with Allah, just to believe in Him. After believing in Allah, there are doors that we need to pass through. Allah says, you believe in me, you accept that I'm your Rabb, then foolish person, why don't you obey my orders? Double your punishment you will get. Then how can you say you believed and you don't obey me? Allah says, then you don't obey, you don't believe in me. So this is the point, that all the orders Allah Ta'ala has given to us, the 4 ahkam salah. After when Ramadan comes, we fast in Ramadan, we pay zakat, the compulsory charity, and hajj if it's fard on us, then we have to go on hajj. 4 hukum, 4 orders. Why is it hard for us? It's so easy. We got the whole life. So we're going to make a solid promise, we will never leave salah? Inshallah. That's it. How can Allah says, I made you masjids, there's a muadhin. So if you look at all ibadat and bring dhikr alongside them, line them up, all the actions we do, there'll be rewards, different rewards for different actions, isn't it? So let's take dhikr. And dhikr is the greatest ibadah. The greatest ibadah is dhikr. So the greatest reward is for dhikr. The greatest worship action is dhikr of Allah. Why? Why is it the greatest worship action? Allahu Akbar. Because dhikr of Allah is the ruh, is the spirit, the soul of every other worship action we do. So is the ruh important or the body important? Obviously we're praying salah. And when we're praying salah outwardly, we're praying salah, oh, we have to keep the fast. The 5 faraid, the 5 pillars are fard. We cannot diminish them. But the soul of the fard in Islam is the dhikr of Allah. The soul, the spirit, the essence. And the more a person does dhikr, the more his salah will be good and pure and concentration and focus. Because the ruh, every single action in the name of Islam, the ruh of it is dhikr. There's one salah you pray without doing dhikr. You don't do dhikr. And the person who does dhikr, his salah is in the heavens, the skies. And the person who doesn't do dhikr, his salah is on the floor. That's the difference in the gap. So our maqsad is to pray salah, our maqsad is to fast, our maqsad is to practice the faraid, but to take these actions, these ibadat to the heights, to get them accepted, to get them to a high quality, you have to do dhikr of Allah. You have to. So what do you have to do more? Dhikr of Allah. More. You buy a car and you don't put petrol in the tank. Will the car drive? No. There's no fuel. The soil in paradise is very fertile and nice. and fragrant. And the water of paradise is very sweet as well. Tell your ummah this. And now, the flowers, you need to seed the flowers. And I'll tell you what the seeds are for the flowers of paradise. Because the soil is there, the water is there. Where will the flowers come out from? They will come out of the earth. So your ummah, O Prophet Muhammad will sow the seeds. So the seed comes from here. On earth, planet earth, you put the seeds in. And what are those seeds? Subhanallah, walhamdulillahi, wa la ilaha illallah, wallahu akbar. So in other words, this hadith has Ibrahim alayhi salam told us the message that if you want to make paradise, then that man has to decorate paradise himself while he lives in this world. And all the beauty, decoration, fragrance of paradise, you will earn while you're here via dhikr of Allah. Look at this hadith. And the person who does do dhikr, what will be his Jannah? What will be his paradise? Any decoration? Any luggage? Any thing that he can see around him? So Jannah will be earned here on planet Earth. And how? By doing dhikr of Allah. Then dhikr will not benefit us. And the nur and the light of dhikr will not come into our life. So it's lazim to do dhikr. Yes, we know that. But according to the principles. So today I felt in my heart to discuss the principles of dhikr with you. So we can realize that if we do dhikr without the principles, then we are lost. We're in the dark. We don't gain from the nur and the light and the reward of dhikr. So what are the principles of how a person should do dhikr of Allah? Okay? Because mashallah, you are dhakireen, you're the jamaat of people who do dhikr. So pay attention to these principles. That keep these principles in your mind. And in light of these principles, we do dhikr. Without these principles, we do dhikr of Allah. Then the rewards, the fawaid, the barakat, the blessings, the rewards, what Allah will give, and everything that is made for us in hereafter, our levels, our stages, our rank, our steps, we are wasting all of that then. If we don't follow the principles, all our effort is being then wasted. How sad. A person's working hard and he gets kak. Nothing. Zero. At the end of the day. How sad. So this isn't good, is it? Right. So let's hear what are these principles of how to do dhikr. Now the first principle of doing dhikr of Allah, the first principle, asul, is love. Love. This is a very basic point I'm telling you, but it's important that we have to have immense love for doing the dhikr of Allah. That Allah, I'm remembering you, you're my creator, I'm naming your name, Allah. Allah, you've given me your great favor, that I'm sitting down and I'm remembering you, Allah. This is a basic point, yeah? You should have so much love for this action and appreciation of dhikr, that just like water is an example the pious predecessors given, that without water, the shaitan's like a dog, and the nafs, the desires, they are nothing to go towards. For example, if you're out in the wilderness, in the village areas, has ever a dog run after you to cut you? You've nothing. I've got experience of this. If not, go and have a look at what happens. When big dogs, they're in the parks, for example, aren't they? And what is their asul? They run after a person. And if you run away, the dog will run after you with speed. More. You'll run even faster and faster, the dog will run after you even faster. But if you stop, the dog will stop and step back. Doesn't the dog do this? Yeah, you stop. Look at the dog. Suddenly the dog will stop. Oh, what's happened here? If you go forward towards the dog will go back. Will this happen? It will. So this is the nafs, the desires. That when the nafs tells you do this action, sin, if you run away and run after the sin, then the sin will force you to do the sin more. But if you stop, say, no, I'm not doing the sin. Run away from it. Why are you making me sin? Then the sin will step back. You say, oh, go away from it. This man, he's not coming towards me. He's not sinning. So go confront the sin. Don't be weak in front of the sin. Don't be weak. Don't drop your shoulders. Oh, I've lost out. Oh, I've lost out. Okay, let me commit the sin. It's okay. It doesn't matter for a few seconds. No. Say, I'm not going to do it. It's the hukum of Allah. My ibadah will be wasted and fizzle away. What difference will it make? 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Is it jais? Am I allowed to do this?